Good morning internet, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a visit to the magnificent Mopani rest camp in the Kruger National Park. Mopani camp, which is one of the newer camps or relatively newer camps in the Kruger Park, sits atop a very big hill at an elevated position and overlooks the magnificent Pioneer Dam. The camp has all the usual facilities: office, toilets, restaurant, bar, the camp shop which stocks all manner of things from food, camping equipment, binoculars, you name it, clothing, they sell it there, ice creams, drinks. The restaurant has a couple of outside areas, some in shade, some in full sun, and there are also indoor areas where you can be seated as well, though these are at a limitation. The elevated position of Mopani camp gives you some cracking views over the bushveld, and in particular over the dam area, where you can see all manner of birds and animals visiting the water and residing in the water: hippos, crocodiles, elephant, buffalo, zebra, giraffe. You never know what you're going to see at the dam. In the past we have seen some really big herds of buffalo come down to drink, elephants bathing with their babies, large groups of hippos. The bird life in Mopani Rest Camp is many and varied. Species such as the African fish eagle, greater and malachite and pied kingfishers, Egyptian geese, marabou storks, many species of francolins, the crested francolin, natal, swainsons, many of the species of starling, glossy starlings, Birdlife starlings, red-winged starlings. There are guest houses and rondavels catering for small groups of up to 6 people, or even singles and couples. Positioning of the accommodation is really well thought out and not overlooked by neighbours. There is of course a swimming pool for use of overnight visitors, and this is in the quieter part of the camp, where you can often see things like dwarf mongoose playing amongst the rocks around the pool. If you're travelling from Letaba to some of the more northerly camps like Shingwezi and Punda Maria, Mopani makes a great stop-off camp for a toilet break and a cool drink. Whilst normally a very quiet rest camp, Mopani is occasionally used for conferences and can get quite busy in the summer months. However, there is always more than adequate room for guests and conference visitors alike. If you have sufficient time on your journey, it's always worth a bit of an explore around the camp, away from the big public areas and into the quiet corners. It's surprising what you can see. Unknown to many people who visit only once, there is a low-level walkway, guided walkway, where you can take your own food down and enjoy the dam at eye level from the safety of the electric fence. This can get you a lot closer to some of the wildlife that visits the dam, and is well worth the effort in getting down, although it isn't suitable for people with disabilities or wheelchair users. Mopani camp is one of the camps where I've spotted quite a lot of various skinks and lizards. There is a population of giant plated lizards in camp, and also where the upper deck bar is, there's a group of rocks halfway between the upper bar and lower bar where you can always see, or almost always see, I don't think we've ever missed it in many trips, painted skinks, beautiful little lizards, well worth a little stop and look for. There is a huge baobab tree within camp, and I think last time we were there was African barn owls nesting in it. It's well worth a visit. It's a huge tree, probably hundreds if not thousands of years old, and it's a good chance to see these trees up close and read about all the little ecosystems that they provide for the birds, the animals, the insects and the grubs that live on this magnificent tree. Baobab trees have many uses, medicinal. The seeds can be used to settle stomach, an upset stomach, and I've used this method myself when in the Gambia, and it really does work. There are lots of crocs in the dam, though they are difficult to spot when they're not moving. A good telephoto lens for your camera or binoculars is essential, because some of the views of herds can only be viewed through long lenses. The lower bar at Mopani is often out of use until the peak of the viewing seasons in October, November, when it gets really hot. They open both bars, but a lot of other times it's closed during the day because they just don't get the number of visitors. But all in all, Mopani is well worth a visit and an overnight stay. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, as this helps me out making more of this type of content. Bye for now.